Olha este, deve estar a olhar comigo. Estamos nisto aqui. Oh, lá vão logo assim com uma bazucada. Bom!
Henry's father said something about having $1 million worth of guns. And where are they?
They moved the majority of their weapons out before we arrived.
So where did they go? Whatever else we did here in the day, we didn't find the person in charge.
Deve estar.
Hey, Rosa.
Deve estar a brincar
In
comigo.
your truck. There's maybe more trouble to come.
Toma o outro lá em cima. Aquilo era. Varre tudo, estás a brincar. Nunca viste uma capa. A capa não. A gente não tinha. Ou melhor, não devíamos ter. A G3, transformada em vendedora com carga de fita, e era uma arma de merda. Até era boa. Varria tudo. Só falhas um tiro. A partir daí tudo que lá tiver. Vai. Lembras que entra assim e sai assim. Estás a brincar? Tu nunca viste. Felizmente ou infelizmente, isso é uma. Aquela merda a dar tiro. Ainda vi que para trás. E depois posta em cima de um tripé. Faz metralhadora. Mete-se a fita. Como aquelas armazinhas que a gente trouxe. A gente trouxe não. Eu não disparei isso. Estavam a chegar as mini. Como é que se chama aquela merda? Como é que se chama aquela merda? Era uma mini granada, está bem. Onde aquela merda apontavas, disparavas, BUM! Quantos tiros é que dispara uma shotgun seguidos? Pelo menos 4. Não, 2. Depois tem que ser carregado.
Oh.
És parvo, está bem. Vai à meia-noite.
Não é meia-noite, não.
Your Honor, I object. The defendant cannot treat the witness as if he were at an appointment with his therapist. Yes, Mr. Darnell.
Dr. Bowman is present to speak in his capacity as a psychologist. More specifically, to render his analysis of my mental...
Mr. Darnell, since you insist on acting as your own attorney, I continue to give you leeway. But once again, I urge you to consult with your court-appointed attorney for advice. He's right there.
If he gives the game away here, not even inherited, answer some questions about his Nazi friends before the judge. Tell us he was a really shot.
During their investigation, the Pasadena police, they asked for Dr. Bowman's services in order that through analyzing the methodology and potential motives of these homicides to locate and or identify a suspect. Is this an accurate description of the job that you were asked to perform, Dr. Bowman?
In brief, yes.
So, before we met at the behest of detectives, you had compiled an imaginary portrait of my upbringing, my character?
I speculated on your personality.
By lumping me in with a lot of other people?
Not a lot of other people, but a lot of other murderers.
You understand that the word murder or homicide is reserved for the unlawful killing of other human beings. My so-called victims were either involved with or already were part of an inferior race, and therefore it is not objection. The 6 adults and 2 children under 10 shot to death of the defendants were human in every sense of the You predicted that I would be at one of 12 addresses in Pasadena using this gun to execute a married couple who would
Say that in the final analysis, you just weren't very original.
Well, Doc, since I'm so obvious, maybe you could offer the court an illustration of your political powers. For example, could you reveal to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what I'm about to do in, say, the next 10 seconds?
Hi.
Yes. All right. To begin with, I can keep the jurors sequestered and give you their identities.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll also need a list of all the clerks and deputies who had access to the evidence. Because what happened here today just wasn't a mass shooting. It had to be a conspiracy.
Dwight probably won't live, but we'll see.
What about Dr. Joe?
It's 50-50. I'm very sorry about Chief Taylor. He was a cop's cop.
Never more than today.
And DBA Rosen too. God, I don't believe it. I'm gonna get your prelim started so you don't have to come to any more, okay?
Yes.
Your Honor, any idea how that gun could have been loaded?
No, the disabling wire is checked always before it comes into court by both the DDA and the deputy.
Well, the wire was clipped. All Dwight had to do was pull it out, which he could have done through the bag.
That's what it looked like from where I was sitting.
Maybe Deputy Sims and Rosen just did a visual check of the wire, sir.
Wouldn't be unusual.
Well, it's hard to believe they had anything to do with the conspiracy since they both ended up dead. Hey, Sharon, would you like to wait in the judge's chambers? I'm sure his Honor wouldn't mind.
No, I'm good, Amy. I should stay with the scene in my action.
Oh, Sharon, the spectators and the reporters that were present, should I continue to have the deputies all done too, or let them go?
Captain, can't believe I'm about to say this, but according to the rules, what would I do?
I know. I use my firearms, so I have to write a force investigation, interviews me before I can actively continue with this case.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that we can't talk about it in front of you, or you ask questions if you want. We will see the jurors and the people from the gallery in just a few minutes.
I'll let them know, Lieutenant.
Thank you. Before we go on, this is a lousy day. I'm feeling pretty upset myself. So if anyone needs a break before we start figuring out who put this conspiracy together, it would be completely understood. Good. Mike?
No prints on the clip or the remaining bullet.
Amy?
After the shooting started, Deputy Sims tried to activate Dwight's stun belt, but the controls were jammed. That's why Sims was too late drawing his sidearm. He tried to shock Dwight first.
Well, if Dwight's plan was to kill as many people as possible, he should have shot the deputy first. Unless Dwight knew the stun belt was the signal.
How would he have known that?
That's a good question. Here's a few more. Who loaded and enabled the gun? How did Dwight know the gun was loaded, and why did he shoot Joe Bowman first? Just question.
Well, was Dr. Joe the primary target?
It looks that way to me. Do you think, for the time being, that we should let the conspirators, whoever they are, think that Dwight succeeded and that Dr. Joe is dead?
I can help with that. Captain.
Oh. This is the weapon, I think. Just a second. Did I mention, in addition to profiling Dwight, Dr. Joe also evaluated his capacity to stand trial and to act as his own attorney. I'm going to speak with a happy.
So, there is a record of Dr. Joe and Dwight's conversations.
Covered by privilege.
Well, as long as Dwight is alive. Doctor, you're an expert on the subject. So, as regards Dr. Joe,
I can assure you that the media that Chief Howard contact his next of kin and warn them beforehand. Things we'll do as prelims. I'll call you if any of this changes.
thank you. Mike, why don't you look around for who had access to Dwight Darnell's weapon? There may be a standout.
Let's see if I can find someone with a swastika tattooed on his forehead.
Amy, make sure that Dr. Joe is anonymous, protected, and as far as the rest of the world knows, dead. And keep an eye on Dwight. If he wakes up, you need to talk to him.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Lieutenant, you want me to grab all the video from the courtroom?
I'll let you grab all the video of the court.